You know that feeling when you're trying to talk about something you started doing way back when, and you're still doing it right now? It can be a real sticking point in English, right? Well, today we're going to solve that once and for all. It all comes down to one big question.
Seriously, think about it for a second. It could be a hobby you love, the job you have, or the city you live in. How do you actually put into words that idea of a continuous story, one that connects your past directly to this very moment?
Yeah, telling these never-ending stories is a very specific kind of challenge. But the good news is, English has a special tool in its toolbox made for this exact situation. You could even think of it as the hero of our grammar story today. And that hero's name? The present perfect continuous. I know, it sounds a little intimidating, but its superpower is actually really simple and cool. It literally travels through time, linking an action from the past directly to what's happening now. And here is the single most important thing to remember. This tense is your go-to whenever you want to stress that an action is not finished. It kicked off in the past, and it is still going strong right up to this moment. So let's look at an example. He has been studying music for 6 years. When did he start? 6 years ago. Is he still studying now? Yep, the action is ongoing. That's that beautiful past-to-present connection we're talking about. And here's another one. I've been playing the piano since I was 10. The action playing the piano, it started at a very specific point, right? When I was 10. And guess what? It's still happening today. It just paints such a clear picture of continuous action over a long time. Okay, so our grammar superhero doesn't fly solo. Nope, it has two essential little gadgets that give it all its power and precision. The words since and for. And the difference is actually super simple. Since points to the exact moment an action started. Think of it like the starting line of a race. For, on the other hand, just measures the total time. How long the race has been going on. See how that works? Since last July. Boom. That's the specific starting point. We know exactly when her Chicago story began. That's the power of since. And now let's swap in for. We're talking about the exact same situation, but now we're just focused on the duration. We don't know the specific start date, just that the total time is 6 months. It's just two different ways of telling the very same ongoing story. But as we all know, every superhero has a weakness, right? A kryptonite. And our present perfect continuous is no exception. There is one particular situation where it just doesn't work. And here it is. This tense is all about actions. It doesn't play well with states of being, what we call stative verbs. These are verbs that describe a state, not a physical action. Things like knowing something or owning something or liking something. And that means a sentence like this is a no-go. It just sounds a bit off, doesn't it? That's because knowing isn't an action you do over and over, like running or studying. It's a state. And that's why our superhero tense has to sit this one out. So what do? You call in the backup hero, the simple present perfect. We've known her. See? It still connects the past to the present, but it's the right choice for these non-action stative verbs. All right. You've met the hero, you've learned about its tools, and you've discovered its one weakness. So now, it's your turn. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to test your new skills. Okay, have a look at this one. Think about that verb own. Is that an action, or is it a state of being? And what about 6 months? Is that a starting point, or is it a duration? I'll give you a second to think. And there it is. Did you get it? Since own is a stative verb, a state of being, we use the simple present perfect, have owned. And because 6 months is a duration, we gotta use for. Fantastic. Okay, one more for you. Round 2. How about this sentence? Let's see. Is study an action or a state? And what's the deal with the phrase, I was 6? What's that telling us? You nailed it. Study is totally an action. So our superhero, have been studying, is the perfect fit. And since I was 6 marks a very specific starting point in time. That means since is the right gadget for the job. And just like that, you've got it. You now have this awesome, powerful tool for telling your own stories, the ones that link your past right up to your present. So really, the only question left is, what never-ending story are you going to tell first?